Hello, it's Monday, and if it's Monday, it's Beyond Babbitt. Yes, baby. So, how y'all doing today, man? How's everybody doing this fine, wonderful, beautiful, spring-like day that's about to get a winter chill? It's about to get cold again. Yeah, hope everybody's doing well. Anyway, I just want to quick freestyling right quick. Anyway, I'd like to talk about today. You know, I recently did a video about Chris P. And then in the video I asked about gang violence. Why are our youngsters, our kids, choosing gangs and that type of lifestyle? I can't speak for anywhere else. I'm gonna speak for where I am right here. In the Metroplex, baby. North Texas, Dallas, Fort Worth area, Metroplex. So let's go back. Let's get on memory lane. Let me take you way back. And I'm gonna tell you, I've heard stories about how it started before I arrived on the scene, before I was a thought, before I, was born. But let me stand up, man. I'm trying to get the sunlight right, baby. Then the wind too. I'm gonna have to yell at y'all, baby. So don't mind that. Okay, so Dallas has always been gang city. Can I say that? To say that the music business gangs is like, it's cool now. It's the in thing. It's the thing to be in a gang, right? But Dallas from way back, man. It's a city we had cliques, crews, clubs, posses, gangs, whatever you want to call them. But we had them all over the city. And everybody, it was, some were like neighborhood, some were car clubs, motorcycle clubs, even dance clubs, dance crews. But they got into gangster activities as well. You know what I'm saying? Everybody had their own name. Usually they had like t-shirts, if y'all could afford them, and so on. And we used to have, there were historic neighborhoods in Dallas that were black. And then let me go back to the point I was making when I said I'm a musician. Before I stepped in the bed, I'm a musician and all this. So I was on the road, right? And then we'll get back to, pause right here, put a bookmark right here, and we'll get back to this. So I was on the road, man. I travel all over the U.S., especially the South, you know what I'm saying? From Georgia, Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, all over, man, trying to do my little music thing, you know what I'm saying? And then we did all right, like I said. But, some of those places, they're like, where you from, man? I said, oh, man, I'm from Texas. They're like, yeah, man, you from Houston? That'd be the whole... As I was traveling, doing shows, making connections, whatever I was doing all over the place with this music, trying to get on, I tell people I'm from Texas, and the first thing they would say is Houston. That's because Houston had made a mark. Like I said, Nemesis and the DOC and Nemesis, the DOC, Feel Fresh crews with the DOC, they had made a mark, but I guess that people didn't really know where they were from, should I say. But they were so different. So let me get back to this, the gang culture in Dallas, right? So we moved a lot. Anyway, we moved a lot, man. Something like every 6 months we moved. I transferred schools every year, sometimes twice a year. Growing up, the parents were young, man, wasn't established, trying to get there, and it was rough times, up and down, so that's what it is. But that's what made me who I am today. So some things are great and it works, and I'm glad it happened, and others I'm still trying to change. I'm trying to better myself. I'm trying to get to another level so I can be better rounded, you know what I'm saying? A more whole, perfect individual. Anyway, so I lived all over Oak Cliff. So when they say, used to be like, when they say, where you from? you would just give the side of town that you're from. Oh, I'm from West Dallas, I'm from South Dallas, I'm from Oak Cliff, you know, I'm from East Dallas, I'm from North Dallas, I'm from the Grove or whatever. Now it's gotten so small to where you don't even say that. You just give the block, you know. It's so fractioned out now. But back to what I was saying. So I'm getting messages here while I'm doing this. I'm reading, I'm sorry. But so Nemesis were on one radio station. And the guys from DJ Snake and Nemesis and Run C, they monopolized one radio station, which was, at that time, it was 90.9 FM. And then it went to 89.3. And the other radio station that the DOC, really Dr. Rock was on, you know, he used to scratch and his group, the DOC Feel Fresh crew, K104, 104.5 FM, which is still around. 90.9 has since been changed to 89.3, you know, so different type format, but yeah. So they were like the rivals, the two biggest groups in music out here. Besides, I mean, that was doing like rap, hip hop, whatever you want to call it. And they both had great success. Well, I'm gonna say, I wouldn't say the Fresh crew had as much of a success than Nemesis, but the DOC had a greater success because he went and signed with Eazy-E and Ruthless Records, and later on Death Row, so on and so forth. So, you know, platinum, several platinum recordings. Okay, and I don't know if Nemesis went platinum, but they definitely went gold a couple of times, several times. And Ron C was with them. Like I say, Ron C was from Cali, like from Richmond. I was born in Richmond, Cali. So Dallas was just crews, cliques, posses, teams. This is what they call them, you know, gangs or whatever. But it was, they would number anywhere from 5 guys to like 100 guys. It's probably about how big it got. Maybe 200, maybe one of them was about 200. But so what happened to change things was when did Colors come out? About 1988. I think it did. I think Colors came out somewhere like 1988. So we already had this, right? I was just moving out of Brockcliff. Brockcliff was Keystone Polk area. Anybody from Dallas, if you say Keystone Polk, they know. They know. You see what I'm saying? That's all you got to say. You know what I'm saying? So this Brockcliff was the only set of apartments. It was like a row of apartments on Legendary Lane, maybe 12, a whole bunch of apartments, all the way up. You know what I'm saying? So Brockcliff was the only one that they tore down. They demolished them, condemned them. The police made them do it because it got out of hand. It was a massacre one night, drug war over there. You know what I'm saying? This is stuff we grew up around. I got a lot of stories, man. You know, I was a young boy. You know what I'm saying? I was in elementary school, so we moved out of it. Brockcliff is not there anymore. All the other apartments, it may be, I think, King Castles maybe have closed down. Queens Courts. Few of them have closed down, but Brockcliff is the only one that, not only did they close it down, they knocked it down. You know what I'm saying? Knocked it down. It got too bad. Too many people got killed, man. And maybe I'll talk about that, what happened with that, but let's get back to this. So, had to be probably about 87 or 88 when Colors came out. And so I moved to a new hood. You know, my mom was trying to get us to somewhere safer, somewhere nicer, you know. So we moved to a new area. And these kids were like, I'm like, man, they was playing games. We wasn't, man, we was saying, I'm not going to tell you no story, man. In the hood where I'm from, had a bootleg house. You can go get you some alcohol. Yeah, they serve little kids too. You can go get you some marijuana. You know, you can stay out all night. You can go walk to the Cost Plus. They had a machine. You can get your cigarettes. We used to get jungle juice. You know what I'm saying? Everybody had a jungle juice. And you know, just to get off the subject a little bit, the Jungle Juice, man, had a picture of a monkey on it. You know what I'm saying? It was like something like 39 cents. And everybody had their own carton of Jungle Juice. You know, we little monkeys drinking this, turn your whole mouth red, you know, Kool-Aid stuff. I don't even know if they even sell it anymore, man. But, you know, just a little history. So Broadcliff was respected for its gangster. You know what I'm saying? One time, a police car got stolen, right? I don't know who stole it. They brought it to the hood, brought it to Broadcliff. The police were scared to come get the car. I know they had GPS on it, even back then. Man, them people would drive that car around the hood for at least a good 2 weeks, 2 whole weeks, parked it. They would not come and get that car. Finally, they came and got it, finally. But, man, yeah, nobody would step foot in Broadcliff, man. And it was a community. And that's where I met Tevin Campbell. He lived over there. Yeah, the R&B singer, yeah. Yeah, he lived upstairs. He used to sing to everybody even back then. He was, you know, I know him and his brother and his sister and parents or whatever. My next door neighbor was Roy Hargrove. Yeah, the jazz musician. He lived over there. And he used to play the horn late at night. You know what I'm saying? He went to Arts Magnet with Erykah Badu. But he used to play the horn late at night. And it'd come through the wall, but we never complained, you know what I'm saying? That's our homeboy. I don't know if y'all noticed or not. Roy used to rap too. Not only, he didn't, you know what I'm saying, when he was in the hood, now he didn't play that horn outside. He didn't bring the horn outside. He was rapping outside. His name was Honey Bun. Yeah, it was Honey Bun. But yeah, then he'd practice at night, keep us up late, you know, but he became a success when he went to New York. But that's another story as well. But anyway, so Broadcliff, we were the Broadcliff boys. And before this, I lived in another neighborhood off Blue Creek over there. We were tight. I knew everybody in the hood, and nobody was gonna come on the street and start trouble. See, and what we do, when I lived from Blue Creek, we play football against the other streets. We play football against Golden Heavens, you know, all these other apartments and things, you know, off 52nd or whatever. And then when we moved to Broadcliff, we did the same thing. Matter of fact, one of my boys from Blue Creek ended up moving with his aunt. Somebody moved to Legendary, which was across the street from Broadcliff. And so Ramon, yeah, so he used to come, you know, shoot, he was with us in Broadcliff too. So yeah, man, we was showing them boys down in Dallas, East of Lancaster. That's really where, you know, I lived in all of my apartments over there, from Calvary Arms, Crest State, Sherwood Garden, all that, man. We lived in, that's what I'm saying, we used to move all the time. So, and it's hood over there. Anybody will tell you, you don't mess around over there, cat. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, from Bonneville, Sunnyvale, on back. We just kept moving. So, we ended up over there by Zoom Walk and Harry Stone. You know what I'm saying, off Blue Creek, that whole hood over there. We knew everybody over there, you know what I'm saying? Me and my brothers and everybody over there, we knew them. So we moved out from over there, Keystone Pope. It seemed like back then, it seemed like that was like, man, we moved far away, but now it's nowhere. It's just right down the street. But Keystone Pope, whole different vibe. It was also hood, but the guys were totally different, you know what I'm saying? It was a whole different vibe, man. But anyway, I was over there for a while. But like I said, so the Fila Fresh crew and the DOC and Dr. Rock used to do things in the parks. You know, they used to jam out in the park. You know what I'm saying? Big old speakers, man. You JBLs and the tweeters, and boy, you go deaf, you get too close, and it'd be packed. So there used to be like, we used to go up to Redbird Rick in that park with Dr. Rock. And sometimes he'd be in Keys Park. You know, this was like every year or several times a year, spring break, summertime. And Nemesis and Ron C would do the same thing in the park, jamming, you know, playing their stuff, I mean, it'd be, man, Dallas used to be on. Like, yeah. And you see all these people there, how the different crews, how they shirts or whatever, the dance crews, okay, so they pop lock against each other, and then break dance, you know what I'm saying, hitting it, you know what I'm saying, but then if a fight go down, they get into some gangster stuff. And I never asked how they made their money. I was a little kid, you know what I'm saying, but hey, they had money, bro, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so Colors came out. Let me get back to that. Colors came out, right? And when Colors came out, we had moved to West Oak Cliff, which wasn't known for anything. It wasn't known for anything. Once you passed, because Kimball is on Westmoreland, right? And Kimball, it was kind of a nice school at that. It was kind of nice. It wasn't like the Sox and the Roosevelts, you know what I'm saying, the Macios. It wasn't like they didn't have that type of reputation. Kimball and Carter were kind of like, you know, they were known for sports at that time. It wasn't really like gangster schools. You know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying, by the time I got to junior high school, T.W. Brown, I went to T.W. Brown, baby. You know what I'm saying? If you can make it through T.W. Brown, you can make it anywhere, baby. It's like prison. Square business. Square business, man. First day you come in there, they trying to check you. You know what I'm saying? So I had moved from my boys in Broadcliff, and I went to Carpenter, one, you know what I'm saying, the elementary school I went to for the most amount of years. Like I said, we moved all the time. I went to several of them, so that's why I know everybody in Oak Cliff all over. But I went to Carpenter, man. I went to John W. Carpenter. You know, my crew in Carpenter, we was tight, man. So I knew, you know, a bunch of guys who, we a squad. You know what I'm saying? I know they was squad. But these new guys, when we moved to West Oak Cliff, they wasn't used to this gangster stuff, man. You know, it was like I said, my mom moved us to a nicer area. So these guys wasn't on that. It was one guy over there that had ever smoked some weed, Skeeter Wadey. He's out of West Dallas. And he had moved, you know, one long, there was a bunch of us over there, teenagers, and more people started moving from the side of Oak Cliff we was to over here. I guess their parents had the same idea, get you somewhere nicer, you know, give you a chance to make it, man. People was getting killed left and right. But then, like I said, when I was out of town, they didn't even know it was black people in Dallas. See, a lot of this stuff goes unreported because Dallas has a squeaky clean image, and it is clean. When you come to the city, ain't no trash all on the streets, ain't no graffiti all everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Even the projects look clean on the outside. It ain't the building that you gotta worry about. It's money here. It's been money in the city. It's the people. It's the mindset. You know what I'm saying? You act up, you gon' get it. And if you don't act, the politics here is a lot different. So anyway, back to what I was saying, man. So Colors came out. It was like the biggest movie that, you know what I'm saying? And come to think about it, the movie just really wasn't that good. But seeing something like that for the first time, it was interesting. It just, So everybody, all these crews that was here, cliques, crews, clubs, cliques, posses, gangs, whatever, it's like the next day they either turned Crip or Blood. They kept what they was, they added a hand sign, they added a color. Because even to this day, right, well, at least it was like this maybe a year or so ago, the Crips in Dallas, Snoop Dogg wouldn't make it as a Crip in Dallas. You know why? His name is Snoop. What that mean? In Texas, Snoop is a blood, baby. Snoop is a blood. And then he's saying dog. In Texas, Crips don't say dog. It's offensive. It's like, you know, in gang terminology, just like you're saying flu or crab or slob or, you know, all that type of stuff. You don't say dog to a Crip. And a Crip don't say the word dog. It's like meaning your blood. Hey man, Colors came out a long time ago. It's been Crips and Bloods in Dallas for a long time, and you just can't eradicate that. So the rules to the gangs are different. So every block had their own. Some blocks are still the same. Some gangs done went away. Some done swallowed up others. Some just, you know, huge now. And at least on my side of the town, that's how it went. You know what I'm saying? I remember when there wasn't no Crips and we was already saying cuz. We were saying cuz. People still say cuz. We were saying blood. But that's older. Blood had really pretty much died out. Like when I was a real youngster, we used to say blood. Cuz, blood, Cuddy. And didn't know nothing about no Crips and no Bloods. It was just slang. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Cuddy Mac. Yeah. And then being in the South, cuz is a word you use a lot because big families is common. You know, for somebody to have 10 brothers and sisters and then a bunch of nieces and nephews, a bunch of uncles and aunts, you see everybody just call everybody cuz. Hey, cuz, cousin, cuz. It don't mean you're in a gang, but you know, and it's still like that today. So even some Bloods might say cuz. It's you know, that's what it is. But to try not to get this to be so long, now, when I told you when I walked into T.W. Brown, it was organized gangs, you know, in neighborhoods that was together, and they main purpose was to wreak havoc. So they taking money at the lunch counter. They taking your shoes. You got Jordans. You got the starter jacket. They was taking that. They snatching gold and all this. So man, you know, was getting their arms broke and their jaws broke, getting shot at school, getting stabbed. See, y'all didn't know all this because Dallas has a squeaky clean image. Rest in peace, Michael. He dead. So I kind of motivated, you know, the guys that I was with at that time. We got to be together, bro. You see, when the bullet come down the line, he take his shoes today. He take the next one's shoes. Your turn is coming. Now, what we got to do, it was kind of like the Kumo D son, the Wild Wild West. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you're not going to come on our block and terrorize us. So, our team, we was ready, bro. We used to do exercise. We used to do push-ups. You know what I'm saying? We used to play basketball and football, stay in shape. You know what I'm saying? Wrestle. Yeah. Play karate. Yeah. We practice our weaves, practice our hitting hard. Yeah, so when it come down to it, and then we had rules. We had to stick together, baby. You know what I'm saying? We're going to stick together. Yeah, and you down? Yeah, you got to be down, bro. Or you couldn't. It was no initiation for us. It was no, you know, getting jumped in. No. Just because you live in the vicinity, you around here, you already in. Now we can put you out. So basically, if something go down, you gonna be down or you not gonna be around. You see what I'm saying? Because every time we see you around us, you gonna get beat. You know why? Because you ain't down. You ain't with us. You can't be outside when we outside. You can't hang around. You need to go and play with the little kids. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it was, man. So when I said I kind of influenced these guys to stick together, so we had our own gang. Really was a crew. You know what I'm saying? Posse. Thing is, we had to do that because if we come in T.W. Brown by ourselves like that, oh nah, man, you're gonna get robbed, you're gonna get beat, you're gonna get picked on, you're gonna get slapped, spit on. Every day something gonna happen. Every day. It was a whole bunch of them, man, from all over. See, all these elementary schools pour into one school, and the junior high school, the middle school, is just a football field away from the high school. So at T.W. Brown, when the high school kids would come over there, they would do the same thing to you. But sometimes the junior high kids would get a hold to the high school kids and do them bad. Yeah, man. So yeah, it was straight up war, baby. So we had to come together. So that's why I ain't gonna say I was in a gang, because there was no initiation just by living in the hood. These are my boys, they live around me, but we had rules. We were a clique, we were a posse, we was a crew. You see what I'm saying? We didn't have no colors, we didn't have no hand sign. But a lot of them, they kept theirs going and they spread. They kept bringing more people in and in. So I know some of the leaders of these gangs that's still around now. I know some of the guys who were the original members who started it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But see, we just did it for a time, man, because Dallas is a family-oriented city, man. You know what I'm saying? You want to get your money, and then you want to, at some point in time, you want to get married, have kids, and settle down, you know, house on the lake or whatever. You want to live good, man. You want to be able to step back out of all the drama. You know what I'm saying? You want to get out the hood, and just family is a big thing in Dallas, man. At least it was at one point in time. So I kind of have an idea why some of our youngsters are choosing this culture. But if you're born in the suburbs and you ain't under no threat, why would you want to join a gang? You know what I'm saying? We didn't join no gang to be cool. We didn't join the crew to be cool. We had to have this, you know what I'm saying? Because if you go anywhere, you go to the mall, you go anywhere out to eat, to the movies, you liable to get robbed, you liable to get jumped, you liable to get beat, you liable to, anything will happen to you if you're by yourself. You had to have a crew, and your crew had to be down for whatever. You know what I'm saying? For whatever. You go see your girlfriend in the wrong hood, you're gonna get it. So that was our thing, and then we still, we still, you know what I'm saying? We have reunions, like a family reunion. It ain't no colors. It ain't no hand signs. It ain't no gang. We just partners. You know what I'm saying? So it come together for a reason, and then it dissolve. It's more loose. You know what I'm saying? But today it's different, man, because you got like, okay, so like, how did Oak Cliff get like that? How did Oak Cliff go from being all white to being this gangster neighborhood, right? Well, like I said, my mom was from South Dallas. It was back then, in the old days of Dallas, you had a black neighborhood in West Dallas. You had a pretty predominant black neighborhood in South Dallas, historic South Dallas. Then you had a small black neighborhood in North Dallas, in Hamilton Park. So everybody want to come up, want to get out the hood, you move to Oak Cliff. If you move to Oak Cliff, you know what I'm saying, at that time, you're doing it big if you live in Oak Cliff, you know what I'm saying? But then when you get all these people leaving the hood to come to the Cliff, guess what? The Cliff turned hood. They kids and they kids and they kids. Shoot, wasn't too long. The Cliff was hot, off the chain. So then next was the Pleasant Grove. Pleasant Grove was pretty much all white. It was pleasant, okay? So Pleasant Grove is in between South Dallas and Oak Cliff. So you got people moving from South Dallas trying to get away from the hood. Moving from Oak Cliff trying to get away from the hood. Moving to Pleasant Grove, guess what? Pleasant Grove ain't so pleasant no more. Now it's gangster, you know what I'm saying? You got all they kids and they kids and they kids, they carrying on like they in South Dallas and Oak Cliff. Okay, so now bring it up to today. So Dallas is racist, just to put it bluntly. It's divided. The South, the white man gave to the blacks. The North, white. So that's why anybody moving to Dallas, if you ask, where should I go? Where should I move to? They say, go north. North Dallas, north of downtown. Anywhere north of downtown. Do not go south. So that's what they did. So, you know, that's why I know North Dallas, you know, I got to disagree with Mo 3, man. Mo 3 talking about how, you know, the North is the most notorious part of the city. Like, come on, man, I'm not going to agree with that, man. But North Dallas is notorious, too. It's just gangs, man. I'm saying, hey, it's spread, bro. It's spread. So, back to where we at. So, south of Oak Cliff, you got suburbs. You had suburbs. Cedar Hill, Duncanville, Lancaster, DeSoto. Am I leaving out one? Red Oak, Oak Villa. It was all white. So, as parents, you know what I'm saying, as the Cliffs got hot and got off the chain, you know, people getting killed, robbed, murder, drugs everywhere. Going to prison for a long time, long prison sentences, right? Whoever had the money, you want to get out. So where they go? Duncanville, Cedar Hill, DeSoto, Lancaster, you know, all that over there. And they had some big houses, a lot of football players and basketball players live out there. They had big mansions out that way. So it's a majority black. But guess what happened? Same thing that happened to Pleasant Grove. Same thing that happened to Oak Cliff. Now, all this Cedar Hill, Duncanville, DeSoto, Lancaster, all that's, you know, and it still look good. The real estate, you know what I'm saying, still clean. Pretty much the majority of the city, the majority of the metropolitan area. You know what I'm saying, Dallas and Fort Worth, it looks clean when you come there, right? But it's the people, it's the mindset. So now, those areas are just as dangerous, or just as, you know, they just like Oak Cliff now. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, so, yeah. Arlington and all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Arlington got like that because you got guys. See, Arlington is between Dallas and Fort Worth, but it's close to Oak Cliff. You know what I'm saying? It's on the south side, and it's close to like the east side of Fort Worth. So you got people leaving Fort Worth, trying to get away from the hood, go to Arlington. It's nice. It used to be all white when I was growing up. Got people trying to get out of the cliffs, out of the hood. Arlington is cheaper. It's nice. Guess what? Arlington hood, gangs, guns, thugs. Hey, you know what I'm saying? So hey, it spreads. So my point is, we did what we had to do because we had to do it. Either we stick together, either we had to stick together, or they was gonna get us. They was gonna pluck us off one by one. You can't stand up to all these guys by yourself. And if the guys that's with you ain't stand up, so you really, you know what I'm saying, we really have to force them, even the littlest one. If you ain't down, don't come around us ever, because you're gonna have to fight everybody. You know what I'm saying? So you better, you know what I'm saying, prove you that you down when we get out and about and it go down. We better see you do something. You know what I'm saying? Because when you get back to hood, you know it's on. And that's how it was, and that's how it is. Anybody can vouch for this, man. Anybody can vouch for this. So that's why we were in the quote unquote gang. It's really, like I said, no colors, no initiation. But why are they doing it now? Now they doing it because it's cool. Easy E help make it cool. Colors help make it cool, you know. And now why is it only Crips and Bloods? You know what I'm saying? At first we didn't have no Crips and Bloods till we saw colors. And come back safe. So, but the rate of recidivism. But that's again, that's a topic for another day. And I just wanted to step up on, talk about the history of gang culture in Dallas. And I'm still wondering why, if your parents, because, man, we grew up, man, we was poor, man. You know what I'm saying? So I see why we had to do the stuff we did to get money to, and why we had to stick together. But if your parents have gotten a college education or have advanced so far in their career and gotten you out of the hood, why do you want to go back into that and be a part of that? It's not cool. You know what I'm saying? You can go over there and die. Why? To prove you hard? To prove you can do it? Man, go join the military or something. I don't even advocate that, But I just wanted to give that little history. That's been on my mind, man, because everybody, every video you see, every music video you see, I don't care if it's Cardi B or whoever it is, why they got to be in the gang? You know what I'm saying? Is that fashion? Is it that fashionable? I mean, people going Hollywood. Come on, man, you still in the gang? But we did what we had to do, bro, and that's pretty much the history of it and how it got to where it is today. Anyway, enough for now. Over and out.